Ciao, sono Sara Z da La La Land. Incontrerò grandi ospiti provenienti da ogni parte del mondo. 4 chiacchiere di condivisione culturale e linguistica per scoprire le loro vite e storie. Enjoy!
Sir Daniel Winn is an internationally recognized blue chip, and I love this word, I didn't know the meaning, but it means exceptional artist, un artista eccellente, fine art curator, awarded entrepreneur, and highly philanthropist, highly respected philanthropist. You, Daniel, you raised more than 2 million for a nonprofit aid in the USA and Asia, correct?
Yes.
What kind of organization was that? Che tipo di organizzazione era?
Well, what happened is that what I do is all over the world, I would create an artwork and I would donate that to the charity and go to their event and I would auction it off. And typically, my work auctions anywhere between $50,000 to over several $100,000 each of my artwork, and 100% of that will go to that organization. For example, I do a lot of charity almost every year, except for last year because of COVID. I did a charity event for the Project Vietnam, which 100% of the funds that I've raised for them would go toward for equipments and instruments and medical care that doctors, it's like Doctors Without Borders, they would fly to Asia and Vietnam, and with the money raised, that would pay for the instrument, the equipment, and medicine that will go to orphanages and help do surgeries, heart surgery, brain surgeries, infants, and for the children that cannot afford it, in addition to all the less fortunate elderly that have no family. So that's where the money goes to. And in addition to that, I do a lot of other organization charity in the U.S. by donating to their cause, whether it is philanthropic for medical or even for the arts. For example, here in the U.S., I donate and sponsor the American Cancer Society, AIDS Foundation, the multiple sclerosis, so multiple organizations. And even for the arts, about a year and a half ago, I donated a painting and it went to auction at the Bowers Museum, and that went, I believe, $78,000. 100% of that goes for the education of arts.
Excuse me, which museum, Daniel? Which museum was that?
The Bowers Museum in Orange County.
Oh, in Orange County. Okay, so you gave everything.
Yes, 100% of the anything that I create or donate to any organization, every penny that is raised from that goes directly to that organization for whatever purpose they need to use it for.
Okay, let me translate very quick, like
Sure.
what you just said in Italian. So I just said that Sir Daniel Winn è riuscito a raccogliere più di 2 milioni di dollari per delle organizzazioni non profit per aiutare i bambini ma anche gli ospedali, quindi ogni suo pezzo d'arte ha un valore di you said all of your pieces, like the value is 50,000, right? 50,000, $100,000.
Well, typically my work goes up into the millions, but the one I donate, whatever amount the auction goes to, and it's between $50,000 to over $100,000 each.
Sì, so, i suoi pezzi d'arte, le sue opere d'arte hanno un valore di solito di $1 milione, ma generalmente lui dona o quasi tutto l'introito oppure una buona percentuale che va a diverse organizzazioni di Los Angeles, ma anche in Asia, per gli ospedali ed aiutare i medici a poter provvedere i vari strumenti per le varie operazioni chirurgiche. This is unbelievable. And you were actually honored like Philanthropic Artist of the Year in 2019 by Hollywood, like in Hollywood.
Yes, I've received numerous awards for philanthropic causes, but also for my art. Last year, I won gold medalist for my sculpture, and this year I won gold medalist for my painting, and also the second-time winner for silver medalist for my sculpture. And what I want to do is use that credential and award to perpetuate more work so that I can hopefully raise more money for the cause of philanthropic purposes worldwide.
Sì, so lui ha vinto anche diverse medaglie d'oro per i suoi lavori e quindi continua in questo. Ma Sir Daniel, you were a refugee I read your bio, you were a refugee from Vietnam, and then you helped your family and your sisters to try to have a good life, and then you came to the United States. When did you come? Because you studied medicine, right? but then
Yes.
you decided to get into art. So
Yes.
Sir Daniel ha studiato medicina, era in Vietnam, rifugiato in Vietnam, e poi ha deciso di venire negli Stati Uniti. So why did you come over in the United States?
Well, in 1975, that was the last day of evacuation in Vietnam. But because my father was in the South Vietnamese military, that he was fighting with the American against communism, we were able to escape, because if we would not be escaped, we would probably be in prison, or my father would have been executed. So we were given the opportunity to fly to the United States in 1975. And they worked very hard. My father became an attorney and my mother an architect, and they wanted me to be a medical surgeon, and that's where I did, is I went to UCI, University of Irvine, and got my medical career as a plastic surgeon there.
Oh, ok, and then so sì, è stata una situazione molto difficile quella in Vietnam, suo padre sarebbe stato ucciso, quindi sono emigrati negli Stati Uniti, lui è andato in una scuola alla USC, sorry, like the medicine school.
University of Irvine.
Oh, University of Irvine. Sì, Irvine è un paese, diciamo, lo dico per l'Italia, I'm going to tell the Italians where's Irvine. This is the difficulty of translating.
I understand, completely understand.
Because I told you I fired my translator.
No problem there.
So Irvine è un paese un poco fuori di Los Angeles, e lui è andato a una scuola di medicina. But why then you decided to leave medicine, the medicine world, and just concentrate on art?
Great question. Being a Asian American descent, the culture for our family is we do what they want you to become. My parents wanted to be me to be a doctor or an engineer. That was my two options. So what I did was I got my degree for them as my duty as a son. But my passion was not into the medical. My passion is more into the arts. So I feel like in medicine, you're healing people physically, but it's temporary. But for me, healing people intellectually and emotionally for the soul will be eternal. So that's why I went into the art, and hopefully to create artwork that would last and give an imprint in people's lives for them to embrace their existence and have a better life for the rest of their life.
Okay. Let's see if I remember everything.
Sure, I can repeat it, not a problem.
Okay. No, it's great and wonderful what you just said. È bellissimo quello che hai detto, perché Sir Daniel Winn ha detto che la sua famiglia voleva che lui diventasse un medico perché fa parte della loro cultura, quindi voleva che lui studiasse medicina. Lui l'ha fatto per i suoi genitori, però lui ha detto una cosa bellissima, che per lui curare l'intelletto e il cuore è molto più potente che curare solo il fisico. So healing the heart and the intellect is more powerful than just healing the body.
I feel that healing the soul, I think our soul is eternal, and fixing someone physically will last maybe temporarily. But I think healing the soul and the mind and the spirit is everlasting.
Sì, perché curare l'anima e lo spirito dura per sempre, invece durare il fisico è temporaneo, e quindi per questo lui si è avvicinato all'arte. E I would like you to tell us the story of your title of Sir, because you were honored of this prestigious title by when you were knighted in 2018, when you gave a painting, one of your hors d'oeuvre, masterpiece, to the family house of Schaumburg-Lippe-Nachod.
Yes. Since I do a lot of philanthropy and do charity, I met the prince's son, and the prince is the prince of Germany, Waldemar, and it comes from the princely family of Nachod. And I don't know who they are, but they knew who I was, and they invited me, and the son presented my credential to his father to have me knighted as a title Sir. I didn't feel it was real because I don't know much about it, and I don't feel like I deserve it. But I said, sure. So I had my assistant send all the information. 9 months later, they vetted me, they researched me, they know what I did. So they decided to give me the title of Sir. But even then, I felt very uncomfortable because I don't feel like I deserve that title. But having that title now helps me now, hopefully, to further the philanthropic purposes to honor the father, the prince, who passed away last October. So I feel now that I'm glad that he did, because he only knighted 5 people in his entire lifetime, and I was the 5th person to have the title Sir.
Right,
and I feel very honored.
Esatto. Sì, solamente only 5 recipients of this title in the history of the royal family got, so you were one of them. Do you like Daniel to be called Sir Daniel or just Daniel Winn? Well,
You know, people can call me whatever they would like as a title, or just Daniel, whatever is comfortable for them. I'm comfortable for me. Title is only a title. However, if I can use my title to better benefit society and humanity, then that would be it. But anyone can call me anything they would like, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, I might call you Daniel because it's shorter.
Not a problem. I'm okay with that too.
Daniel is gonna be long. But see, I translate just a little bit. Otherwise, I know you only have 30 minutes. So
not a problem. Not a problem.
Sì, Sir Daniel ha ricevuto questo titolo di Sir proprio perché ha dato uno dei suoi lavori, uno dei suoi dipinti alla famiglia, in English is House of Schaumburg-Lippe-Nassau, that was in Germany. What
yes.
you right in Germany,
yes.
in Germania.
Yes. The prince and the princess actually flew over to give me the knighted title. We had a big event coronation, so to speak, and they knighted me on
the
December
prince,
23rd.
right? Daniel, the prince.
Yes, the prince and the princess flew in from Germany to give me the title.
Oh, che bello.
It was an honor. It was just so special.
Of course, I can't even imagine myself. So, ma il principe e la principessa hanno volato dalla Germania e sono venuti qui a Los Angeles proprio per dare il titolo di Sir a Daniel Winn, quindi per lui è stato un grande onore. Solamente 5 persone lo hanno ricevuto nella storia della famiglia reale e lui è uno di questi. I met you at your gallery, the Winn Slavin Gallery in Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills, and I saw your outstanding work, and I would like to find out because, well, first of all, you were, and I don't like to use the word compared because you are so unique, you have your uniqueness in your work, but you were juxtaposed to Salvador Dali's work very often, right? So, and I saw in some of your paintings those watches, like gli orologi molli. I say in Italian, it's gli orologi molli. And why do you like? Of course, I'm sure you like the artist, the painter Salvador Dali. Why do you refer your work to him? Like, are you following his steps? Segui le sue impronte di Salvador Dali?
Great question. My work is more, I call it existential surrealism, because it's a philosophy that I have in life based on my how I was raised and what happened to me and my family through war-torn Vietnam and now to freedom and to be successful. I want to share to the world that everything happens for a reason. Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. It's that experience is what the journey is made of in life. So my style is a philosophy of art that I use no models. These are all mathematical formula that I create, whether it's a sculpture or painting. They are mathematical equations that I want to communicate. So instead of communicating it verbally, I communicate what I call visual language. And that language is to have people understand about their existence. Because I feel that once they understand why we are here, why do we belong here, why do things happen to us, whether it's positive or negative, or if you consider chaos or orderly, it doesn't matter. I want people to embrace that, because that embracement is to accept what this journey is about. Because once you embrace your existence, you then can live your life with the fullest and understand what you need to do in this life, because what you make a difference in this life of how you affect others on a positive way is what makes your life be remembered for eternally. So that's why I created my work without any concept of models, because they're from my dreams, from my philosophy,
And
to have better understanding of what life is about.
so, sorry, Dan, when you say without any concept of models,
I use no models in my work. It's all from imagination.
Oh,
it's all
it's not
from,
like...
yes, yes.
Okay,
But the
so
people that I
Louisa...
create in my painting and sculptures do not exist. Even though people see it and it reminds them of someone, it's because I use what's called the golden ratio of the features, and I use what's called the Fibonacci formula that draws people in and it reminds them of someone. But technically, it is someone of no one. It is a dream, a manifestation of a mathematical painting or sculpture that is of no one, but it is of everyone, because it is of who you see it is. It is a mirror reflection of yourself because it affects you emotionally and you connect with it. And that's why I want to create in my artwork.
See, in fact, well, you said so many great things that in Italian it might lose the momentum, ma Sir Daniel, lui non copia da nessuno, non ha dei modelli da copiare, ma si basa solo sulla sua immaginazione, e la sua arte è considerata una arte esistenzialista, e per lui è come una riscoperta di capire la nostra esistenza umana che siamo attraverso il suo lavoro. Because you, doing some research about your work is based on dreams, right?
Yes.
Like, and
yes.
and you try, because I love what you said in another interview, quello che hai detto in un'altra intervista. Whereas Dalí tries to understand the human psyche, so mentre Dalí cerca di capire la psiche umana, Daniel, not I try to understand the human condition in terms of what our place is in the universe. So Daniel Winn invece cerca di capire la condizione umana per quanto riguarda il nostro posto nel mondo. What I saw a lot of symbolism. And correct me if I'm wrong. Like, for example, there's the frame and you break the frame so we can see the inside the frame. So la cornice dei suoi dipinti è rotta e noi possiamo vedere i metalli, dei fili di metallo dentro. And I know that it's not a good question to ask an artist. What does it mean? Why did you do this?
It's a great question to ask an artist, because I'm the artist, I'm alive. I can give you the exact meaning rather than waiting for a future art historian to tell you what it's about.
Sí.
The frame represents who we are of our existence. And the reason I break it up and have it unfinished, because it's a metaphor of our life. It is incomplete. It is always in the process of evolving. It's never done. So when you see a frame of a picture, it's done. But my frame is not done because it represents that our life is not done. It's incomplete, and it will never be complete, because even when we leave this world and our energy goes into another realm, another universe, it still continues on indefinitely. So that's why the frame is constantly what I call in the process of evolving. So that's one symbolism of the frame that you asked why it's not finished. The second part is I use a lot of apples in my artwork represents knowledge. And it represents knowledge. And my sculpture has a lot of horns. People think of this like horns. Does it represent the devil, the animal? It merely represents symbolically. The horn basically represents immortality, because it's made of calcium and bone. And metaphorically, the art, old masters like Da Vinci, Raphael, Michelangelo, they use horn to represent immortality. And I want to say that all of us, whether we are physically in our shell right now, we are immortal, because even when we leave this body of shell, we live forever, immortality through our soul.
Okay, so, and this, like, so, okay, let me collect my thoughts.
Sure.
So the broken frame, I asked Daniel qual è il suo significato di questa cornice rotta nella quale possiamo osservare e vedere dentro il materiale. È proprio perché la nostra vita è incompleta, e quindi lui lo riporta anche nella sua cornice. La nostra vita non è finita, e anche quando moriremo non lo sarà, continueremo a evolverci in un'altra dimensione. E infatti, I wanted to ask you about the horns, about this Luciferian image that I saw, or that we saw as a pre-concept of what we see in a banal representation of what Lucifer is. You know, we are bombarded by images, and ho chiesto di queste corna, però le corna rappresentano l'immortalità. Ci sono dei suoi dipinti, you can check his website www.danielwinn.com.
SirDanielWinn.com.
DanielWinn.com, sì.
SirDanielWinn.com.
Oh, Sir Daniel, scusate. Sì, Sir
Yeah,
Daniel,
Winn is 2N. SirDanielWinn.com.
WinnIN.com.
Yes.
Esatto. I'm gonna write everything down, and when I when I'm gonna post it, I write everything, and you can see this beautiful art piece and sculptures. Especially the one I loved was the woman and the man, and hanno delle corna che sembrano delle figure luciferiane, se si può dire, però le corna rappresentano l'immortalità. May I ask you, in most of your paintings, what you paint, the one eye is covered, and especially like those masks, like gas masks.
Yes.
And I was fascinated by it, and queste maschere a gas e anche l'occhio sempre coperto nei suoi dipinti, che cosa significa? What's the meaning behind it?
Two meanings. When you say that one eye is always closed, it's always my metaphor of saying that we see better when we close our eyes, because we dream better when we close our eyes, because when we open our eyes, it's reality. But when we close our eyes, the dream is much larger and it's much grander. And hopefully when we open our eyes, that dream can be manifested into reality. The second part about the mask is a metaphor of the mask is a representation of who we are not, because it's a facade, because the mask is like a shell that we're in now. Because when we leave this world, our physical form is not who we are, but it's pure energy. So the mask is more of a metaphor of a masquerade of what we're existing now, rather than who we are, which is pure energy.
Oh, ok. So, per quanto riguarda sì, the eye closed, l'occhio chiuso, coperto, è perché possiamo vedere il sogno in modo molto più ampio. Cioè, con un occhio lo possiamo vedere in modo diverso. Ma so you're saying that the one eye closed give us a better perspective of
we can
reality.
dream better with our eyes closed.
Oh, is the dream, we dream better with one eye.
Eyes closed.
Noi sogniamo meglio con un occhio chiuso rispetto a con due occhi. In effetti, it's like being, when we have one eye closed, it's like being in that state of awakeness and the REM phase.
Yes, correct.
Right? Like,
yes.
E invece
Salvador Dali was very, very intrigued with the id and with the psychoanalysis of the mind. And for me, when you close your eyes, it's like a dream state that you get into your subconscious that brings out much more better dreams that you can make into reality. Positive dreams, of course.
Certo. Or maybe some nightmares, we don't know. Maybe it could be a nightmare, we don't know.
Somebody just mentioned very Cirque du Soleil. You know what? You're right, because life is a dance. Cirque du Soleil is a dance, it's a dream, it's a dance to a rendezvous in life. So I'm reading everything that people wrote, and you're right.
Sì, qualcuno sta leggendo, sì, grazie. Oh, perché he was in Cirque du Soleil. We were in Cirque du Soleil together with Donnell, grazie Donnell, and let me see if any other question. I completely forgot about our listeners. If someone has a question for Daniel.
Yes, I have about a few minutes for lessons, and I got to go to the next interview. But I would love to answer right now. And I would love to do another interview like this if you make it possible in the future.
See, no, I think there aren't any questions, because a lot of people were listening. A great interview. Thank you, Jean-Jacques. No, I think no questions. But if you have to go, I think we can. If you have an inspirational quote just for us, one inspiration.
Yes, Yes, the last message I would say is that hopefully that you have an opportunity to view my artwork. And what I want you to take away from my artwork is that our existence, whatever it is, embrace it. Make a difference in the world. Create positive influence with everyone that you connect with. It is like a butterfly effect. Whatever you touch, whatever you do, will change the world to a better place. So your impact in this earth and this world is what you do now of a positively to all around you. Embrace your life, enjoy the journey, and make positive influence to all those around you, because that's how you're going to remember eternally.
Sì, di creare comunque un impatto potente per le persone che incontriamo, per tutti coloro che incontriamo, cercare di dare un messaggio che possa rimanere dentro di loro e che possano continuarlo e diffonderlo. One more thing, do you dream? Do you remember your dreams, Daniel?
Yes, and the question is about lucid dreaming. Absolutely. I wake up in the middle of the night. Whatever I dream of, I go directly to the canvas and create. So lucid dreaming, yes, my subconscious is telling me what to do. When I close my eyes, I dream. When I open my eyes, the paint starts to drip off my brush.
Ok, so lui sogna ad occhi aperti. Quando sogna si deve svegliare nel mezzo della notte e deve iniziare a creare e a dipingere. Lucid dreams.
Yes, it's very real. Lucid dream is very real. I don't even know if we're in lucid dream right now.
Yeah, it could be. Are we actually talking, you and I? Maybe, or maybe we met in a different life, or we're gonna.
There you have it.
See, I believe so, and we will have to spend so much more time.
We can do another interview. I love this interview. It's a beginning to start. I hope the viewers will get a little glimpse of this beginning, and hopefully when we do multiple interview in the future, I can dwell much, much deeper. It's like a rabbit hole. How far and how deep you want to go, we'll go there.
Okay, and it's better now that we want more. So we leave wanting more.
Yes. My assistant here would take the camera now and take a tour of some of my artwork while I go to another interview. But to my...
we want to see it. Thank you. Grazie, Daniel. Grazie.
And to my viewers and supporter, please continue to support my art and make a difference in this world. I love you, and because of you, you're my patrons, you're my Medici family. Without you and supporters like you to enjoy and appreciate my art, I would not exist. So, merci, thank you, gracias, come on, and all that.
Vi aspetto presto con un nuovo guest e una nuova storia. Join me. Baci e abbracci. Sarà La La Land.